Today we're going to be talking to the awesome Jordan-Paige Sudduth. Hey!
Hey! Hey guys, recording from Atlanta. This is what I think. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of This Is What I Think. We are here with our good friend Jordan-Paige Sudduth. Yay!
Yeah!
Jordi is a writer, director, actor, and producer. She's a woman of many talents. Jordi is known for her movie Cracked and web series Rings, as well as many other short films and stuff like that. So thank you, Jordi, for being here with us today.
Thank you for wanting me here.
Yes. So how has everybody been?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What about you, Donny?
I've been doing pretty well, too. I've been doing pretty well.
I haven't
Awesome.
seen you guys in a while, so I missed
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's gonna be lit today.
Yes,
Gonna be
indeed.
lit.
It's gonna be lit. All right, let's jump into our first question here. Our first question is, what inspired you to I can talk.
I love English.
Yes.
English is great.
What inspired you to become a director, writer, actor, producer, etc.?
Well, when I was doing my first project, originally I wrote the script because I wanted it, to be a story, and I liked the story, and so I just wrote it as not like a book format, but kind of like that first. And then I planned on turning it into a screenplay, which I did, but I actually didn't plan on doing it myself. I was trying to reach out to other schools that did films or things like that, and was like, hey, I have this story, if you wanted to do it. And then about 2 days in, I went, never mind, forget this, I'm doing it myself. And that's how that happened. So really, it's just wanting to tell these stories and just realizing that I don't want to wait for other people to do them. I just want them to happen. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it, because I'm impatient. That's the basic answer.
Me too.
I'm impatient.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why we're
friends. How has your life changed since you started making movies?
It's changed it a lot. It's helped me become a lot more creative in general, especially for school and writing essays and things like that on the school standpoint. But in general, it's helped me make a lot of connections in a lot of different fields. And so, really, I've just, as I said, connected with so many different people and so many awesome examples. It's just a lot of that. So.
Cool.
A lot has changed in a good way.
Cool. Fun. So where do you want to be in 5 years from now in your career?
I want to be successful. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But I want to be, my dream career is to be a screenwriter and an actor. So if I could be doing both of those things, that would be awesome. By that time, I hope I'll be out of school and stuff like that, or college, and doing my own stuff still, and actually making money off of it, and not just sitting there and being like, what am I doing with my life? So yeah, so that's where I hope to be.
Nice.
All right. So can you tell us what your books are about?
Yes. I'm gonna try to not ramble on about them for a long time, because I have a tendency to explain every little detail, but that's not what I need to do. So basically, it centers around 3 characters, Knox, Sage, and Kyle. They are high schoolers, and the story takes place in Minnesota. And
Minnesota!
Yep, definitely.
Vikings.
I haven't even been there, but I just like Minnesota, so I was like, that's where we're going.
That's cool.
And so basically what happens is there's a government program that's going around, and they're like, yo, people are sick, and this is not good, and we need to take these sick people to cure them. And anyone who's not sick gets to, live on their normal life, totally fine. Mm-hmm. But if you are sick, you get taken into these facilities, you get a red mark on your arm, and if you're safe, you get a blue mark on your arm. Ooh. So basically, these 3 teenagers, they go into school one day, and their school is being tested. And they're like, nah, fam, we're not here for this. And they escape. They go up to the roof of the school, and Sage gets a call from her mom, who has been taken by the government, and she's like, hey, your father has a safe house in California, and you need to get there, you need to stay off the radar, you can't let anyone know where you are. And so they're basically heading there pretty much halfway across the country to get to this safe house that they're not even sure exists. And then the sequel, something happens at the end of the first book that's kind of like a cliffhanger, and then the second book picks up right where it left off and kind of continues on this journey of the conflict that's just been introduced at the end of the first one, and so that's just kind of a continuation.
Fun.
There's that.
All right.
Fun. So then, where do these stories come from? Like the stories that you tell in your movies and your books?
I have no idea. Literally, I have no idea. A few of them, like Walk a Moment, kind of came from, like things around in our society and stuff like that. But a lot of the other ones kind of just pop into my head randomly, and I'm just like, hey, that's fun. And then it turns into a script, and then we cast, and yep, that's pretty much it. So the answer is, I don't know. I passed a bus stop before and been like, that looks like a scene, I need to write a scene. So I think Ring Season 2, there's going to be a bus stop scene because
nice.
I need to write one. So,
all right, well, speaking of which, can you give us any information on Ring Season 2?
Other than the fact that at the current moment I only have 2 out of 8 episodes written. So what I can say is that more conflicts. There are some characters that come back that you wouldn't expect to come back. And you're like, what? Why are you here? So there's that. And then there's some new characters introduced. Currently there are 3 that are introduced, and you know what one of them is because we talked about it, but 2 others that are introduced, and then there will probably be more. But I can say, and I will reveal this, that Faith's younger sister she comes into a scene, and that was not planned. She just kind of showed up, and I was like, good, all right, you're here now. So yeah, that's exciting. So new characters, old characters, and lots of more teenage conflicts.
So wait, Faith's real sister?
Yes, Faith's real sister.
Like in real life?
No.
No, I meant like Julia's
No,
sister.
not Julia's
Okay,
sister.
okay.
Unless if she wants to audition, then
She can.
we'll see.
Okay.
No, but her sister's name is Cleo. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
cool.
Faith and Cleo. Because I didn't want to do because Faith is a cool name, so I didn't want to be like Faith and Rebecca. Because
Faith and
I wanted to
Rebecca.
do one that's a little bit like whoa, that's kind of out of the blue, even though that is an H2O name. But
H2O.
So yeah, so that's pretty much all I can give on that because I don't know the rest of it.
Rebecca's a water name.
A what name?
A water name?
I don't know.
You said H2O.
No, H2O was a show.
Oh.
A mermaid
I'm
show.
uncultured.
And Cleo is a character from that.
I don't even know.
All right.
Okay, so do you plan on making sequels for other projects you've done? Besides Rings.
Besides
of course.
Rings.
Yeah.
I may do a sequel of Walk a Moment, but with a different age group or something like that. But I'm not sure. Other than that, I don't plan on having any sequels because my mind just moves forward too fast, and it's hard to make it backtrack and be like, "Hang on, there's more to tell. Gotta go back." So as of now, no, but maybe.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, what has been the hardest movie to film?
Lengthwise, Cracked. Outdoor-wise, Fear the Dark Mark. Because it was raining and it was cold and we all were freezing, and then Mac's foot fell in the river and the stream, and that was not good.
And I fell in a hole.
And then you fell in a hole when it was
a
pitch
really
black at
deep
8 o'clock
hole.
at night.
Well, that doesn't exactly.
I was
Jude
like
was like,
Alice in
"Look."
Wonderland on him.
Jude was like, look what's over here. I was like, Jude, there's a path. And he was like, there's a hole over here. And I'm like, can we not? Yeah, it was great though. So yeah, that one
I
was
said that as I was falling in the hole. I was saying, hey
There's a
guys, there's a
hole
hole
over
over here. As I'm falling in.
But yeah, so that one was probably the hardest because it was raining. And then not Christmas to you, Gabi. Yeah. Destined to Be Yours would have been the hardest if we hadn't been able to find indoor locations because it was also rainy and cold that day, and that would not have been fun to film outside. But thankfully we were able to find indoor locations. But I'd say Fear the Dark Mark was probably the hardest.
Cool. So, out of all of the characters you've written, which has been the hardest to write?
I'm gonna choose one from each specific thing because I can't choose one. For Cracked, it was probably, I would say Bryn, but Bryn was really easy to write because she was funny. I'd say Xander, who's the main male character, was probably the hardest to write for that one. Rings was probably Colton and Hannah, their dynamic. I think that was once it got there, it was easy to go off of, but getting there was oh no. Walk a Moment, all of them. Because they all were had such short snippets, and I was like, okay, gotta be a character. They can't just be like, hi, I'm so-and-so and I have a problem. You can't do that. Sorry, my braid got on your shirt.
Okay.
And then, what came after that? Fear the Dark Mark. Fear the Dark Mark was probably, I cannot remember her name right now. What is her name? The mean girl. Mia. Mia was probably Mia. Christmas to You copy. was Christmas to You Copy was kind of all of them too, because they all were so much younger. And I was like, I have to get into the mentality of a 9-year-old, and I'm long past a 9-year-old. Well, I can revert back to it, but like we try not to. And then Destined to Be Yours was probably, oh goodness, I don't know. That one's still too fresh in my mind. I don't even know, like looking back. But yeah, so there's been a lot of complicated ones, but they're always fun.
All right. So, you work with a lot of people in different age groups. So, do you prefer working with your age, younger, or older?
I actually prefer working with people my age or younger, because with adults on set, half the time I feel like I shouldn't be like in charge. Like I'm like, okay, they're older, I can't know. Okay, and then I'm like, wait, that doesn't work. Like that's not the dynamic here. So I just because like it's out of my comfort zone to work with adults, which I really should branch out into adults, which is why subconsciously I don't write any adult characters, and I'm like, I really shouldn't do that. So I prefer working with my age probably the most, and then working with younger is a bit of a pleasant challenge, as I've learned from the past two. And I was like, man, working with kids is interesting. And then the next film I did, I was working with kids again. And I was like, something's trying to, there was something like, okay, working with kids is obviously like, okay. So.
All right. So, are you going to college to study film?
I am planning on going to college to study screenwriting. So not like filmmaking as a whole, but the specific aspect of screenwriting. Even though I love filmmaking as a whole, screenwriting is really what kind of stuck. So film in general, but like screenwriting specifically. So.
Cool.
Right.
So what are the colleges you hope to get into?
Hope to get into is pretty much all the ones I'm looking at, hopefully. So I'm looking at New York Film Academy, the Los Angeles campus, Vancouver Film School in Vancouver, Canada, obviously, USC, Chapman College, SCAD in Savannah, UNCSA, which is University of North Carolina School of the Arts, and then Columbia College Hollywood.
Cool. So back to characters you've written. Have you ever written any based on yourself?
The closest thing I could get to that is probably Kendall from Cracked, which is who I played because I was selfish and wrote in a part for myself. Why not?
That's
which I've stopped doing it now because I realized doing both sides is not good.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but it's also better to be just on one side, in my opinion, on like my thing, because or else my brain is like, whoa! Just like that. That's exactly what it's like. So Kendall's probably the closest I can get to it because she was close to my personality. But, like, Violet is nothing like me. And there's been a few characters. I try with every character to take a personality trait of mine and put it in them so it makes it more relatable for whoever's playing it. Because I don't want them to be, like, extremely, like, off the rails, and I'm like, if I can't relate to it, then someone else can't relate to it. So like even with Ashton's kind of off the rails, but I get that mad sometimes, or I want to punch someone in the face, but I can't. But through the magic of film, we can.
We can punch everybody.
We can punch everyone in the
Stunts.
face. I love it. So yeah, probably every single character has a little bit of a personality trait in them.
That's cool.
All right, you can go.
Nailed it.
I can go.
Questions are hard.
How have you handled negative feedback in the past?
Well, being honest, I'm not the best with criticism. I'm not. Because I'm like, I'm the worst person in the entire world. I totally go into like but I mean, eventually, like, I've kind of had to learn that I always have something to learn. I can always get better. And, you know, a lot of these people are, granted, sometimes there are different ways to word things, but sometimes they're just trying to help you get better and get to where you want to be. And then there's other people that are just like, you suck. And I'm like, thanks, man.
Thanks.
That means a lot.
So helpful.
Yeah, so it's really just kind of like for every negative thing you see, like find a positive one too, because there's always going to be someone, hopefully, who enjoys your work and is like, hey, man, you're pretty cool. And I'm like, thanks. So, I mean, it's kind of weighing out the differences between them, and you're always going to have bad stuff, but as long as the good stuff can, you know, you believe the good stuff can rise higher than it, then you're all set to go.
Cool. So if you could cast one A-list actor in one of your films, who would it be, and would you write a film for them, or would you put them in one of your films that is...
Eek. I have a lot of like favorite actors, but thinking from like the actor side, because I have more favorite actors than actresses. So 2 of my favorite actors are Asa Butterfield and Dylan O'Brien. So I would love to like, I know it said 1, but if I could have both of them in it, that would be awesome. And I think if I could, I would put them in Rings.
Oh, really?
Just because I think that would spice it up a little bit and be like, whoa, who are these random, much older people walking into the story? Wow. Either that or I would write something for them, because I have plenty of, like, ideas running around my head that, like, aren't developed, and then I feel like, but if I had the resources, they would be, like, full force, like, here's how it's gonna go. So I don't know, I'm stuck between, I would put them in Ring Season 2 or write one for them.
Cool. I didn't mean actors as in men, I meant just, like, in general.
Oh.
So are there any female...
Emma Watson.
Oh, that would be awesome.
would absolutely
That would be so cool.
put
Put her
Emma
in Fear the Dark Mark.
Yes! Are you familiar with, I don't know, Harry Potter? Like, do you know what
Harry
that
Potter is?
Yeah, but Emma Watson is amazing. So I would absolutely put her in Fear the Dark Mark just for kicks.
That would be so cool.
Or I would, like, mention it and then be like, just kidding, never mind, like, it's okay. No, but I'd probably, if they're like those 3, I feel like are like a powerhouse, like that would be awesome. So I'd be like, let's base a whole dynamic also off of this. So yeah, something would build on itself.
That's cool.
All right, so how many awards have you won for your films, and can you tell us about those awards?
So in total, there are 4, 2 nominations and 2 actual wins. So with the, I gotta remember this. So with the nominations, there was Best Web Series Screenplay, which was for Rings, at the Content Creators of Atlanta Awards, which was something I was not expecting, because originally I hadn't like gotten an email from them at all, and then they emailed me and they were like, we just realized your script was put in the wrong category. You're actually like a nominee for this. Like, here's when the event is. Can you be here? And I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then I was nominated for Best Actress for Cracked, and that was in the Miami International Film no. Something in Miami. I can't think of it right now. And then the wins are Best Student Feature for the Top Indie Film Awards, which was a online one, and that was for Cracked. And then there is 3rd place in the Narrative Division at the Philadelphia Youth Film Festival for Walk a Moment, Someone Else's Shoes.
Fun. Cool. So what advice would you give to someone trying to make it in the industry? Either as a director or writer or actor.
So like anything.
Etc. Yeah.
Don't stop doing what you're doing. Even if you have someone who's like, you suck, then you're like, well, you do too for saying that, so we're on the same level. So basically, just don't let anything stop you. Even if you have to be stopped momentarily in the moment, don't let that stop you in general from going after what you want to do in the future. Like, if you can't do it this month, okay, well, maybe next month or 2 months from now or something like that. You know, don't just be like, okay, well, I can't do it now, so I'll never do it. Like, that's not how anything's gonna get done. So really just don't give up. And as cheesy as that sounds, that's literally what it is. Because if you have a passion for something, then that passion's gonna show. Whereas if you're kind of like, yeah, I mean, that's cool, then they're gonna be like, yeah, no, we don't want that. No, thanks. Like, we want someone who's like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do, in the words of who I used to take acting classes with, do the work. If you're ready to do the work, then, you know, you'll get there.
Cool. Fun.
Right.
No, that's it for me.
Sweet.
That's it for me too.
It is?
All right, so
Looks
it
like
was
we're
right. Okay.
Wow. Nice.
I didn't
Got it. Oh my
not
gosh,
too
wow.
bad.
Thank you so much for answering our questions, though.
Thank you so much for deciding to ask me questions.
Yeah, I had fun.
I had fun
It was
too.
great. We
was
got a
great.
lot of stuff answered for the public and for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and sign off.
Sign off.
Thank you, Jordi, for being here.
Thank you
Yes.
for having me. I'm just gonna keep doing thumbs up because I'm awkward.
Yeah! All right, and then we will see you guys next time. We
Next
don't know if
week.
we're gonna.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe next week, or we might post
Some point.
an episode along with this. But this was kind of lengthy, so this might just be our episode right here.
Yeah,
too
maybe.
much.
I don't know.
So that was what we thought. Tell us what you think.
What do you
in the
think?
comments
in the
below.
Comments. Subscribe
and like.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow
Yeah,
Jordi at
Twitter.
Jordi.
Yeah,
You can find me
we're gonna put
somewhere.
the we're gonna
Jordi
put the
at
links in the
Jordi
description for Jordi's social media.
There's too much of it.
JayPay Productions.
There you go, you got it.
That's
There we
another
go.
one. Subscribe to Never Fear Jordi is here, which is her vlog channel. How
My
many
vlog
vlogs
is-
do we got?
I have, this is my 1,443rd
1,000
vlog.
Wow.
I can't imagine.
So too many.
Too many.
No,
to
not
count.
too many. Not too many.
But we still count them.
I
Or
watched
is
the
that,
ones that
wait,
I'm in.
no, hold up. I did the wrong number. That is absolutely the wrong number.
Uh-oh.
I was sort of right though, so I don't know where I got 1,000 from, but it is the 443rd.
Okay, well that's
Well,
still a lot.
okay.
That's still
That's
a lot.
definitely-
That's definitely
I don't know
more
where it
than
was.
I expected.
It's
but
like 1,000. That's a
1,000?
lot.
Yeah, I don't know
What?
where that came from. I do know where that came from. I was watching a video yesterday and it said 1,000. And it was
Oh.
also a daily vlog, and I was like, I'm not there yet. What are we talking about?
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well,
So, yeah.
we will see you guys next time.
Next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.